Cause baby, it has been hard out here for a like all in this together. I want for people to start normalizing the emotions that come behind outgrowing people. But see me, yeah, I'm always gonna grow. We are placed on this earth to grow, to get better, to advance. Dream big, baby. Let's talk about it, baby. It's your girl, Taylor Patrice, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It, baby. Let's talk about it. A place where nothing, and I mean ain't nothing off limits. And today, we have a lot to unpack here. Hey, happy Thursday. How are y'all doing? I hope that you're doing amazing. I hope that you're up and you're feeling motivated, because baby, I'm not gonna lie, I have not been the most motivated, but what I can say is I am so freaking proud of myself for pushing through, because a lot of the times when I'm not motivated, baby, I be in the bed, baby, I be on the couch, baby, I be asleep. But these past couple of weeks, I have been pushing through. I have just been crawling, okay? Army crawling through, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm still moving. I know I'm not the only one feeling this way, because I've been seeing a lot of threads. I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook. I've been seeing a lot of Instagram stories. People on TikTok just talking about how, like, life is really hard right now. And I'm not going to lie, like, not that I'm praying on anybody's downfall, but I'm happy to not be alone, because I thought that it was just me. Like, I thought that I was the only person that was going through this. I thought that I was the only person feeling this way, because, baby, it has been so hard. And although I'm grateful and I still show up with a smile on my face, and, you know, I'm not taking my blessings for granted, baby, it has been hard out here for a like, I just feel like every single time, like, I almost am there, I make it, it's like sight, it's like, dang, I'm just breaking even, I'm just pulling through, like, it is so crazy. So I just wanted to start off this podcast episode by letting you know that you are not alone, baby. We are all in this together, okay? We're all in this together, okay? If you grew up in the 2000s, High School Musical, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But two, like, just keep pushing, just keep swimming. Y'all know that I am a big Dory fan. Y'all know that is like what I live by, like literally my quote. Just keep swimming, like you have to, because you have goals, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are stronger than what you think that you are. You are going to make it. You are going to make it through. We are going to make it through. We're going to push through. And I need to be taking my own advice right now. And that's why I have on my serious voice, because I'm like, no, Taylor, you really can push through this. Like, you really got this. Like, you're really that girl. Like, you're really doing your thing. Like, it's okay. Take a deep breath. Breathe. So this is me telling you to breathe. Okay, so now that we have that over with, let me tell you, disclaimer, the nails are still not done. We're not going to talk about it, because we just not. As a lot of you guys may know, I play basketball, and a couple of weeks ago, y'all, I broke my nails, both of them, okay? So much so that I cracked one of them, and it needed to grow out. I needed for it to grow out. I was not going to put acrylic and risk my health. I mean, although wearing acrylic is probably risking my health anyway, but what I'm saying is I was not going to put acrylic on top of the meat, because I had no nail, okay? So I should be either booking my appointment for tomorrow or sometime at the beginning of next week. So we will have nails. We will be cute again. But that wasn't going to stop me from getting on this camera, okay? Even though my hair is not done, although I feel like it look real done right now. It look real good. I feel like I look real good. And I'm going to give myself props, because, baby, I've been looking busted, crusted, and disgusted, okay? Bonnet on, pajamas on, all right? Toes not done, nails not done, hair not done. It's just rolled up in the bonnet. This morning I said, I gotta get up. I gotta film, okay? I gotta do my hair. I gotta take some time to make it look like something. It is dirty. If you knew how many weeks it's been since I washed my hair, you would be disgusted, and that's okay. Am I booking a hair appointment here shortly? Yes, I am, okay? We're gonna get it washed, blow dried, and we're gonna get a nice curl. But mind your business. Anyway, we are not here for any of that. You know why you clicked this video, because clearly you need to hear this message, okay? Clearly, we got some things we need to talk about. This episode is about being okay with outgrowing people, and this is something that I can speak on. Baby, can I speak on it? Can I speak on it? Because I have definitely outgrown some people, but then I have also been in a season of feeling lonely. And I've been in a season of being positive and feeling really good about the people that I've outgrown. And then, you know, I've been in a season of, like I said, feeling lonely and feeling like, dang, I miss those people. And I just wanted to speak on this because I want for people to start normalizing the emotions that come behind outgrowing people, because sometimes it's like a roller coaster. Like, you might think that you're cool with outgrowing these people. You're starting to see success in your business, success in your life, success in just your mindset and the shift. And then you begin to get lonely, and then you start missing those people, right? And so I just wanted to talk about those emotions that come with it, the pros and the cons, but at the end of the day, to stay true to yourself and to let you know that it is okay. It is okay to outgrow people. That's what's going to happen, especially if you are trying to elevate. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are out there that are perfectly fine with just being stagnant, perfectly fine with staying where they are. And baby, if that's you, that's fine. But see, me, yeah, I'm always going to grow, because I just feel like we have been placed on this earth to grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? To get better. Like, when it comes to technology, it advances, right? When it comes to you as a person physically, you grow up, right? When it comes to plants, they grow. Like, we are placed on this earth to grow, to get better, to advance, to move forward, not to move backward, to learn how to problem solve. And although history repeats itself, we're supposed to learn from our mistakes so that we don't make the same mistakes over and over and over again. And if I'm just being honest, that sometimes is what I have a problem with. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I do make the mistakes over and over and over again. And it's like, baby, you gonna keep making these same mistakes until you learn your lesson. Especially when you have goals. And it's just like, you cannot expect for you to have such big goals and not have problems and lessons that align with those goals. And I think a lot of times we set goals not knowing the things that come with those goals, because they were not shown to us, because social media was not a big thing back in the day. So all we saw was, like, you know, people with big houses or people with families that were huge, you know, people being married, all of the things, people traveling, like all of the good things that we saw. And we were like, yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, I want to have a big house. Yeah, I want to be married. You know, yeah, I want to raise my kids differently. But nobody ever talked about the emotions that come with that, the problems, the trials, the tribulations that you are going to face with those big goals. Like, dream big, baby. Like, 110% dream big. Like, I'm a big dreamer, okay? Like, I want so much more for myself, and I'm going to get those things. But I did not realize that life was going to be whipping my ass as I was trying to obtain these things and grow. Because, baby, what? Like, having big goals comes with big problems. Having big goals comes with big goal energy across the board. Like, you cannot expect to have big goals and not face big tribulations. You just can't. Trials and tribulations you will face. You will face them. And one of them is outgrowing people. And I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I cannot say that I have a close friend right now that's like a sandbox bestie. I think that's what they call them. But, you know, like a friend that, like, you grew up with. I do not have that. And I used to be so sad. And I used to try everything to keep and to hold on to those friendships. Because it's like, you see people be best friends for 10, 20, 30 years. But for me, like, my path was just different. And I never really truly knew who I was. And I feel like the little glimpses, like just reflecting now as an adult, the glimpses of who I was and who I am today, the personality that I had, I feel like my light was dimmed a lot of the time. Like, I feel like a lot of the time people didn't like how I was so loud and outspoken, or, you know, sometimes I was just observant. I was trying to read the room. That always got looked at as me being mad, and, you know, I need to smile. Like, every single time I tried to be myself, it came with negativity, so much so that I switched who I was to conform to how society wanted me to be. Once I got older and I didn't give a fuck no more, and I was like, fuck it, like, I'm going to be me, I'm going to be who I am, things started to change and things started to shift. And not only was I outgrowing people, but I was starting to look at things differently, and look at people differently, and question myself as to why I held on to the friendship for so long, or as to why I was even friends with this person in the first place. It was just different for me. I guess you can put it in the category as outgrowing, because it is. But I truly wasn't myself, if that makes sense. Like, I was not myself. Like, I was not being my true self. I feel like there are some people in this world, and kudos to those people. Like, I really look up to y'all. I aspire to be like y'all, because there are some people in this world that always knew who they were and didn't give a fuck. Like, always knew, like, who they were. They are an elevated version of themselves, but they always knew, and they always stood on that. And, like, my bestie is literally like that, and I just be like, damn, like, that is so cool for you to, like, know who you are and have always known who you were, and not allow for anybody to shift who the fuck you were, even though it's hard, even though sometimes it really makes you feel some type of way, even though sometimes it hurts your feelings. Like, you still stood on business, and that is so amazing. Like, that is amazing to be able to do that at 10, 12, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look back at my childhood, I'm like, damn, like, Taylor, like, you should have just stood on that. But I didn't, and I didn't know how to. And like I said, like, it was because every time I did step into that, people were making it seem like I was just doing the most, or I was just loud, or I was just, you know, all of these things. And it's like, so what? So what? And I am a little bit, like, I know how to be serious when I need to, but at the same time, I'm funny, I'm goofy, I like to joke around, and that is okay. Okay? So the first thing that I have written down here is what outgrowing people really means, okay? And it's not always drama. Sometimes it's just growth. And that was something that I really, really had to grasp the concept of when it came to any type of relationship, and relationships like splitting, romantic relationships, friendships. I just always thought that it came with something negative because of the way that it is literally portrayed in our TV shows, in movies, in all of the things. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that that was like the motive behind all of these things. I think that some things just happen naturally, and maybe people were just writing because those are real life situations, or that could have been a motive. I don't know, because, you know, sometimes they do be feeding us bullshit. But I feel like if I'm thinking with a positive mind, those are real life situations, and they are relatable, right? But at the same time, when you are a kid, you are only looking at life through one lens, and it is just so true. And it's like, there is no way in hell that you can teach all the lessons in one. You might try to teach a lesson and try to teach how to, like, deal with conflict, but at the same time, you're also showing that, like, conflict is the only reason why you split. So although there is a positive in the lesson that's being shown, as a child, you are only capable to view it in one way. Now, like I said, there are some children out there that, I mean, we're just out here doing the damn thing. But for me, somebody that was living in La La Land, you know, Candyland, girl, I was in Candyland. I don't know where the hell I was. It was not on Earth. Like, I just feel like it was not here. Like, I was just so innocent, and I just was not exposed to anything. And I feel like anytime I asked questions, it was just like, well, because that just is the way that it is. Well, can somebody explain to me so that I can grasp the concept? Because when it comes to, like, for example, math class, and you're solving a story problem, there is an answer and there is a reason why the answer is the answer. I feel like math really did me good. That was actually like my favorite subject. But math did me good because I am now a good ass problem solver. So I can say, although I hated them story problems back in the day, them story problems have helped me to be able to problem solve. I can problem solve anything that life throws my fucking way. But at the time and as a kid, I was not able to like connect the two. And I just wish that somebody would have like taught me how to be able to connect the two and how to be able to recognize certain things that I was not able to recognize as a child. And part of that is like, well, girl, you're a child. Like, you're not going to look at everything like that. And sometimes things just come with experiences. But the other half of that is that it can be taught. It just takes a lot of different lessons and being able to not only just teach and the child listen, but conversations and the child being able to ask question and dissect. And if the adult does not know, to be able to be like, you know what, I don't know, but I'll get back to you on that. Because that's what gets the mind churning. You know, when you are an adult and you're having those conversations with your friends, and it's like, yeah, like, this is not just a conversation. It can be a debate. It can be, I'm listening to your perspective, but here's my perspective. It can be, oh, we can blend our perspectives. Like, it takes conversations to be able to learn from these things. So going back to what I was saying, like, it's not always drama related. Sometimes you just outgrow people. Sometimes you realize that friendships were formed just because of the environment you were in, right? Like, because you went to the same school or because you played the same sport, but realistically, like, you didn't have the same values, you didn't have the same morals, you didn't believe in the same things, like, and that's okay. And when you start to recognize those things don't align between you and another person, it don't gotta be drama, it don't gotta be you pick a fight, it don't have to be none of that. It can just be like, yeah, we're just not close because we don't agree on a lot of the things that I feel like I need to agree with you on for you to be in my inner circle. We could still be acquaintances. I feel like I have some people that I have been probably close with in the past that I am more so now of an acquaintance with them, where it's like, when I see you out, I'm gonna speak to you. We can even have like a good conversation, but it's not gonna go past you being an acquaintance. Like, you will never be in the inner circle. You will never know me on that level. I will never trust you to know the inside. And that's okay. And that is okay. So let's talk about some of the signs that you have outgrown a person or a space. Conversations feel surface level or draining. Sometimes you have a conversation with somebody and you're like, yeah, I hear you. But if you just like changed your mindset just like a little bit, like, you know that you wouldn't be in that space. And it's one thing to have a conversation like that every once in a while, because it's like, well, we're two different people and we're going through two different things. We process things differently. Like, that is okay. But to continue to have those conversations over and over and over again, and it feels draining to not only the person but to you, that is a sign that you are starting to outgrow a person. You no longer feel inspired, supported, or understood. I feel like any type of relationship that you have, you should feel inspired. You should enjoy talking to them. You should enjoy their company. You should feel like they understand you. And let me just tell you, understanding and agreeing, two different things. Like, I don't have to agree with what you're saying to have an understanding of what it is that you just said. And let me repeat that. I do not have to agree with you to have an understanding of what you're saying. Because a lot of people be like, no, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. No, baby, I'm hearing you. I just don't agree, okay? But I understand. And I feel like as long as you can have an understanding, and you're having understandings with the people around, it's like, okay, you made this decision because of how you were feeling or whatever. I understand you. But if it's always like we neck and neck, like we bumping heads, that is a sign that you are truly outgrowing that space. And like I said, it is okay. And maybe it's just for that season. I think a lot of times people think that when you outgrow a person forever. Maybe you are just outgrowing that person for that season of life. You guys are entering two different seasons where they just don't align, and maybe your friend is over here and you're over here, but eventually you guys can come back together and rekindle that friendship as if it never left. You were just in a different season, and she was in a different season, or he was in a different season, and that is okay too. Okay, so now let's talk about why it feels so hard to let go. First of all, it feels hard to let go because you are breaking a routine. Like anytime you break some type of routine, seasons change, you switch jobs, you go from the kids being in school to the kids not being in school. It takes time to adjust. It feels like you were off. It's like, oh my gosh, like the world's ending. I know for me, I feel like that. Like I'm in a season right now to where I play sports. Y'all know I play basketball, I play volleyball. But like I've been telling you guys in my vlogs, I am actually hurt. And it hurts and breaks my heart, y'all, that I am hurt in the sense of I know that I need to rest my body because I don't rest for nothing. I feel like I've torn my ACL. That was not confirmed, but I think that that's what happened. They just told me it was overextended. I never went to get the x-ray because I was like, once I can walk in this again, I'm about to be back on the court, all right? So allegedly, I tore my ACL. I still played. I broke my toe. I still played. I broke my knuckle. I still played. Like, there has never been a time that I haven't been able to be like, F it. Like, yeah, it's painful, but I'm going to push through. And right now I'm in a season. I mean, I'm pushing through. I'm going to finish out these seasons. But baby, I am hurt. And it is breaking my little heart because that change, that shift is going to kill me. Like when I'm not playing, when I'm not looking forward to the days that I play the sport, when I'm not driving 30 minutes away to go do something that I love. Like sometimes that change in the routine kills you. I get it. But then it opens new doors for you to be able to do something new, exciting, things that you've always wanted to do or try out. And I think for me, like there's a couple of different hobbies that I've wanted to tap into, like a Pilates class or just like some type of arts class, because I've never been good at art. Baby, when I tell you, baby girl was barely pulling a C in art class, okay? Like, yeah, it was not good. But maybe try some type of art class, some type of painting class, some type of dancing. Well, I guess if I'm resting, I really can't be dancing for real. But just some type of class that I really want to try, because I'm going to have to really rest it. Like, I'm talking about rest it, baby. Yeah, you want to see. Another reason is you might be feeling guilty of letting go of a relationship for so long, or feeling like you're going to hurt the other person's feelings. And realistically, I mean, you probably are. We go through emotions, and that is okay. We go through hundreds of emotions a day. We go from being sleepy to happy to sad. We just go through so many emotions. So don't feel bad for hurting somebody's feelings. Like, just be honest, be true, be nice, be sweet. Like, I just need some time. I just need some space. I just need to do me. And it might hurt their feelings, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. You have to remove yourself. Another thing that I have on here is feeling obligated because of the history or the loyalty. Like, people always are like, oh, well, you not loyal, or you changing, or you're fake. Like, no, baby, I'm just growing and I'm trying to figure this shit out. And I can't sit here and even try to explain this to you because I don't understand it myself. But all I know is I just need some time. I just need some space to grow. Like, how the hell am I supposed to grow in a box that I have outgrown? Like, when there's no more space in the damn box to grow, you can't go nowhere. You're going to need a bigger box, okay? so that you can grow until you fill up that space. Okay, so let's talk about embracing your solo season. This is something that I'm trying to do right now. Now, a lot of you guys know that last year was like a super big year for me when it came to content creation and being a full-time influencer. My mind started to shift and things for me in my career started to shift. And before the things in my career started to shift, I had to remove myself from people that I wanted to be around or people that I had been around for years, right? And so I was like enjoying the fact that I was starting to see my business grow. And it was just such an amazing feeling. It made me feel like, okay, obviously I needed to let go of these people so that I can grow, because clearly I'm doing big things. Like, that's what was holding me back. Like, I was shrinking myself for these people, which I was. But then I continued, and as time went on, I began to get lonely. And sometimes being lonely is cool. Like, I'm the type of person that can go out to a movie by myself, go get dinner by myself, you know what I'm saying? Take myself to a happy hour. Like, I enjoy being by myself. But when you by yourself 24/7, sometimes you get tired of yourself. Sometimes you get tired of your inner thoughts. Sometimes you get tired of just being alone, especially when you work from home. This doesn't just apply to influencers, but y'all, I work from home. I sit in front of a camera and I talk to y'all for a living. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not in these other activities or taking myself out nowhere, I am by myself 24/7. And I begin to get lonely, so much so that I start to miss friendships that I literally shouldn't miss, literally didn't miss. When you are outgrowing people, you are going to go through emotions. Like I said, I thought that I was done. I thought that, like, I was like, oh yeah, I don't need them. Like, I mean, and I still don't need them. Don't get it twisted. Like, I still do not need the people that I left behind. Yeah, I still don't need them. But I'm not going to say that I don't miss the presence of people. Like, and I think that it's easy to go back to, okay, well, I guess I can kind of talk to them, or let me just check on them and see how they're doing. No, baby, stand on business. And that's why I said, like, I'm not all the way there. Like, I am not all the way there. Because sometimes I do be missing, just being around people. And sometimes, like, it is easier to go to what you know versus to, like, make a new connection, make a new friend. Like, it's just like you got to put yourself out there. You got to learn how to talk to people. And I'm, like, socially awkward to an extent. Like, I'm an introvert and an extrovert, but it just really kind of depends on the vibe. I'm very observant, so it's just like I'm not gonna really say too much. Like, it just really depends. Like, so sometimes it's hard for me to make friends. It's just easy to go back to what I know, but it's like, you do not have to do that. It's okay to feel those emotions, but stand on what you know, because what you know has gotten you this far. What you know has elevated you. What you know has put you in the rooms that you have wanted to be in. Do not start taking steps backwards, because when you take steps backwards, that's when you start to see a decline. That's when you start to hear people being like, dang, I'm right back where I started. Why are you right back where you started? Because now you are in the same mindset from where you started. You are right back there. You're right where you didn't want to be. All because you wanted to continue to surround yourself in an environment that you knew wasn't healthy for you and where it is that you want to go, where it is that you want to be. You have to start learning how to enjoy your company again. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing that I'm happy about, like, when it comes to filming the podcast this morning. Y'all, I was looking tore up, and I'm like, I just look bad. Like, my nails not done, my feet not done. Like, but I'm enjoying my company right now. I'm enjoying sitting here in this chair, filming this podcast, even though it's just by myself, because, baby, I look damn good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do for yourself. Like, remember that self-care is so important. And I know the economy is so bad right now. So maybe you're like, oh, well, I just cannot afford that. Okay, well, maybe you can't afford to, like, go get your nails done or go get your hair done, but then try to learn that at home. You know what I'm saying? Watch videos. Do it on a budget. Like, there are so many resources for you to now be able to do things and still love yourself on a budget. Like, Create that ambiance at home. Create that ambiance with your friends so y'all can split the bill. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's too much for you to like go out to eat, but maybe you and your friends can all go in and do something at home. Like, get creative, baby. Like, this next era that we're all about to step into is about creativity, about your imagination. Like, tap back into that inner child, because that's what you need. Another way that you can embrace your solo season is making space for new and aligned connections. And again, that's something that sometimes is hard for me, but you have to continue to put yourself in new environments so that you can make new connections, because every single time, I promise you, you're going to make a new connection. Even if it's just like, well, we only talk while we're here, it might be a good conversation, and that's what you needed to get you out of your funk for the day. And the last thing that I have on here is realizing that not everyone is meant to walk with you forever. Sometimes people are only there for a season, and hopefully you learned your lesson and you weren't like me, okay? Because not everybody is there forever. You needed them to be there for that time in life to learn that lesson and then move on. Some people were in your life just to remind you that you're that girl. Now that they're not in your life, you still need to be reminding yourself that you're that girl without them being in your life, that you can do this, that you can push through, that you can land that job, that you can be an entrepreneur full time, that you can be the best mom that you need to be, that you can be the best wife that you need to be. Like, you need to continue to feed yourself that. And at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And if somebody is not in your life right now, still be grateful for what they taught you. Reflect on the type of relationship that they gave you. One thing that really irks me is that people a lot of the times will just focus on, well, I know they taught me everything that I don't want to be around. And although that may be true, there's probably another lesson, a deeper lesson that you needed to learn from that. Which is why you continue to meet people and be around people that you don't want to be around, that you claim that you learned that you didn't want to be around, because there's a deeper lesson to that. Like, everybody can't be the problem, right? Like, sometimes you have to look in the mirror and be like, damn, I learned that I really wasn't healed from that situation, and that I really do need to go back and do some healing. I learned that I kept myself around this person. I attached myself around this person even though they weren't treating me right, because I thought that I was healed, but I'm really not healed. Not just, oh, I learned what I don't need to be around. They wasn't a good person. Like I said, although that might be true, because baby, people be out here crazy. There's a deeper lesson to that. What else did you take from that? And obviously, if you were once friends with this person, I mean, let's keep it real. Y'all had good times. So appreciate the good times, appreciate the good memories that you had, and keep it moving. So that is all I have for this podcast episode. I just wanted to talk about some things that I've personally been going through myself, because like I said, I don't always want to talk about pop culture. I don't always want to talk about the drama. Like, I want to talk about how we can learn and how we can grow. Now, girl, I can't lie, I like the tea. I'm fun, I'm goofy, like I like to kiki, and we still gonna talk about the tea. But sometimes we gonna dive into like what we need to learn and start to unload our dirty laundry, because we all have it. We all have dirty laundry. So anyway, I hope that you guys like this podcast. Make sure that you subscribe if you are not subscribed, baby, because yeah, you need to subscribe. I also post weekly vlogs on Sundays, so make sure that you stay tuned for that, because you see a lot more of my personality. I mean, you see my personality here, but you see a lot more of my personality in the behind the scenes on the vlog. I'm just so excited to be back. I'm just so grateful to be in the headspace that I am in. And although it appears like I'm just doing so good, no, it's not like that. It has been extremely hard. It's been so hard to push through, but I'm just happy that I am, because at one point, I wasn't able to do that. At one point, like, pushing through was not a thing for me, you know? So here we are. We growing. What can I say? Like, we growing. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this topic, and also who you want to see on the podcast, because I plan to bring some like influencers to the podcast and just have real life conversations, and some like OG influencers that we might not see that much on camera anymore, because I just feel like I grew up watching influencers. I grew up watching YouTube and Vine and all the things, and I just want to be able to have those conversations and have the platform to have those conversations with people that might not have stayed on the influencer track. So let me know in the comments below who y'all want to see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. I love y'all so much, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Okay, love you. Bye.